Hey, Aries, intuitive soul coach here with your November 2022 full moon reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. Today we'll dive into the collective energy of Aries and take a look at what this very intense, game-changing full blood moon and lunar eclipse has in store for you. So just a friendly reminder, these are general readings. Please do take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are interested in a personal reading or even entering into the free monthly reading giveaway, you can find both of those links in the description box below. All right, so Aries, this full moon lands in the sign of Taurus and is on November 8th. It's a very, very potent, powerful, game-changing, not just full blood moon, but it's a part of a 3 series eclipse. The first one that took place on November 19th, 2020. So if you can think back to what was going on in your life around that November 2020 mark, you may see a lot of growth, a lot of expansion, and a leveling or stepping up here, because now the 8th of November is the second eclipse, and then the third concludes on October 28th, 2023. And this is a time for you to gain laser focus. It's a time to get proactive. It's also the midterm election day here in the United States, and it can be about concealing and revealing. Eclipses are a very secretive, can be scandalous energy. It can be about our shadow selves and our shadow sides as well. So there may be a strong political movement happening that may spark a revolution. It's time for you to get proactive in your life, whether your personal life, your professional life, and it's time to bring things down to the reality here. It's time to bring something into a concrete form, with Taurus being that earthy energy. Whatever daydreams or whatever you've been wanting to manifest or bring to this 3D world, this full moon is time for you to do so here. Again, I keep hearing laser focus when I tune into this energy of November 8th. So getting clear on some things that maybe you've taken for granted, or getting clear on some goals that you weren't sure how to bring down into reality here. It's going to be a very potent, very powerful month. So let's dive into your energy here. We have Pisces, Aries, Libra, and Leo. Now you may have these placements in your chart. You may be dealing with other placements, other people that have these placements in their chart, or you are just embodying these energies all together. So right away here, we do have this Pisces energy, and it says attune to the divine. Yes, Scorpio energy, which we are in Scorpio season, is all about mysticism, spirituality. It is about divinity as well. So a lot of you are opening up that spiritual realm, and your intuition may really be heightened. Some of you know that there's a shift happening in your life. Now this could be a global shift. I strongly feel like there's going to be a lot of changes on a global and even economic level here. But for you personally, this is about tapping into the spiritual side, using your spiritual gifts, and bringing your gifts, if you're not quite sure what they are, which we will talk about in your reading, Aries. I feel like this is about you bringing them down to earth so you can use them to the fullest potential. And that's what this energy is all about for you. Now you also have Aries, which this is you. It says work through your feelings. So even though Taurus can be a very earthly energy, it's ruled by Venus. And Venus is all about love, enjoying the beautiful things in life, which can also be material things as well. And not a lot of people know that about Venus, but it is a very tangible, earthy type of energy as well. So work through those feelings, whether it's a love for what it is that you do for a living, whether it is you working through some emotional feelings. Some of you as well may have been contemplating doing something for quite some time regarding a relationship, whether it's entering into one, whether it's walking away from one. Now, it doesn't have to just be intimate or romantic. This can be any sort of relationship in your life, but you're bringing it down to reality and you're making a decision that's going to be concrete, is what I feel for a lot of you. Now, you also have here new moon in Libra. Know you are loved. You absolutely are loved. And if you have been walking a lonely path at times, which we all do, it's part of this human experience, Aries, know that you are loved, and you're going to see evidence of support from the people around you that love you, even the people at times that we take for granted. Taurus says it's time to not take the things that maybe we do take for granted. It's time to look at the people, the places, the things, the accomplishments, the achievements, even, our drinking water, to our pillows, to our beds, to our vehicles, to the things that we do have that maybe at times we do take for granted. There's an energy of blessings and gratitude, and thank you, Spirit. They're giving me, even this full moon is about healing rituals as well. So if there's any relationship dynamic in your life that needs healing, it's the time to finally heal, finally mend. Instead of letting egos get in the way at times, creating that stubborn energy, which Taurus can be a little bit stubborn, I feel like there's a mending, there's a healing here. It doesn't mean that you're coming back together, but you may be physically hearing an apology or giving one as well. Now, lastly, we have Leo energy, and it says, lighten up. Life isn't meant to be taken so seriously. And a lot of people have been feeling this intense energy, especially with Mars going retrograde and the strong energies that are pulling us. For you empaths and you light workers out there, Aries, there's been it's been a struggle for real at times. This is about lightening up and not taking on the weight of the world, so to speak. So I wouldn't surprise me to see the 10 of Wands in your reading as well, because a lot of you have been carrying some very heavy, powerful energies and burdens. So I feel like it's time for you to get some energy work done, especially when it does come to the shoulders, the shoulder blades, the neck area. You may be feeling a little bit more tension, and that is because it's time to lighten up or loosen up a little bit. Even though there's a lot going on around you, you don't have to carry the heaviness of everything. Right away here, you have the 7 of Swords. Remember what I said earlier about eclipses are all about revealing and concealing secrets, scandals, shadow work. That's what the 7 of Swords is all about. So it doesn't surprise me to see that coming up. Now let's just pull a few cards to see where your energy is currently at. We'll also take a look at what you should manifest around this moon for your highest potential. We'll take a look at your untapped spiritual gifts and greatest strengths. We'll also get messages from your spiritual team, as well as action steps for you to take to continue moving forward on your path. So we have here, oh, I love this. Wonderful. Wow, this is a deep energy, and it's exactly the energy of this full moon. You have the 7 of Swords, you have the 6 of Swords, and the Devil energy. So there may be some truths coming out for you, Aries. This could also be about you getting honest and true about what you need to do in your life, whether this is career, whether this is health, whether it's a relationship. It could be a move. It could be a complete life change. And that's kind of what I'm feeling here for you. Like I said, intuitively, this full moon is going to be one of the most powerful changes and times for renewal. Thank you, Spirit. I keep hearing renewal and, gaining that laser focus to be able to move forward. And that's what you're doing with the 6 of Swords. Also, they're giving me the name, is it Janessa? Janice or Janessa? Please take that as it resonates. There could be another little like Janessa. I'm not quite sure. I feel like there's a little bump in that name, or there could be maybe a twist off at the end of it. Please take that as it resonates. But the 7 of Swords can at times be about self-preservation, trying to do what you need to do to survive day to day. And that is the human experience here at times. But don't forget that you are a soul, that your soul came here to have this experience. For some of you, this is all about you getting honest, getting raw, getting vulnerable, getting real. You can see here that the 7 of Swords, he's trying to sneak away quietly, unscathed, without letting maybe another person know. But you can see that first and foremost, this crow is not letting that happen. He's squawking loud and clear. And that's what this full moon is all about for you. You can't slip by something. You can't go by unscathed. There's also a BS detector that we all have, a built-in BS detector, and that can be our intuition. And I feel like if something may be off, if something's too good to be true, or if you have a sneaky suspicion on something, then follow that hunch, because the Seven of Swords says that there's going to be truths exposed. There's going to be things that come out for you. And this can also bring a very tower type of energy or earthquake type of energy where things come up to the surface because it's time for things to start taking place in the physical world. So again, like I said earlier, with relationships, there may be some truths that come out in certain relationships that take shape and form in the physical world and allow you to move on and move in a new direction. For others of you, this could be getting real with maybe your own shadows, because the devil can be your own temptations, your own addictions, obsessions, fears, manipulation, codependency, and even materialism. But what I see you doing is reclaiming your power, Aries. You're taking back the strings here and you're not letting other people pull on them. And it could be here that some of you dealt with someone who was pulling on your heartstrings or pulling on your energy. They're giving me, and I don't use this too often, but energy vampire. There could be things that were draining your energy that just weren't good for you. And now you're realizing the truth about a situation. Maybe you thought that someone was your person and you realized that you just felt drained and they weren't bringing out the best version of you. For others of you, this is your own shadow where you're realizing what you need to do to get honest and clear with yourself. Maybe you need to seek professional help, or maybe you need to quit that job that's draining your energy, or maybe move towards a new one. Of course, make sure that you have your solid foundation for yourself built before you just make some radical decisions. But I am getting the energy of radical shifts. So a lot of you are trusting that the universe has your back, and it certainly does here. Your Six of Swords says you are moving on to calmer waters. So whatever sneaky energy, whatever devil energy was happening here for you. Okay, thank you, Spirit. This is only may resonate with a few of you. Some of you may have been with someone who is quite toxic to you. It could have been a career or a job. It could have been a person, but I do feel like this person did not have your best interest at heart. Maybe it was a company that told you that they were going to give you a raise, or they told you that they were going to make you partner, and then it just was too toxic for you to handle. This is the time for revolution. It's a time to spark that movement, that change. Get proactive and bring your wishes, your dreams down to reality and make them happen. And that's what you're doing here. Six of Swords, very powerful energies. Now let's take a look and see what you'll be focusing on manifesting. What are you moving towards here? What's the Six of Swords? Because you definitely are moving towards calmer waters. For others of you, this is freeing yourself from a bad situation, a situation that may have felt beyond repair. The Lovers. Some of you are dealing with a Gemini, I thought you had Gemini energy here. Maybe you don't. You may have Gemini in your chart, but this is about making decisions from the heart as well. And I feel like it's loving yourself. That's what Spirit is saying here. You're making decisions that have to do with you doing what's best for you, because you're realizing that in order for you to fully love yourself, that you must move away from a situation, because it's not healthy, Aries. It's not helping you grow. It's not helping you evolve. And it's time for you to move on, move forward. The Lovers card says that you are going to move towards more emotional fulfillment, things that bring you happiness. And it says here, know that you are loved, and know that not only are you loved, but you love yourself, and you may be focusing on self-love. And that could have been part of that energy from November 19th, 2020. Part of that 3-part eclipse series is maybe you've been doing a lot of self-love and shadow work that is getting you to finally be able to make changes. And I don't know if you've seen that, but usually I don't pull from the bottom, but Spirit kind of flipped it up here. You have the Star card, which I'm actually going to use next here in your reading, because this is all about healing. This is about you having hope moving forward. And some of you lost your hope is what I am sensing here. Some of you, goodness, okay, thank you, Spirit. I have full body goosebumps, and I'm getting quite emotional tuning into the energy here. But some of you went to a really dark place. Now, this could be within your own mind. Maybe physically you went to a really dark place as well. You could have lost everything, or you could have had a dark night of the soul moment or month or year or years for some of you. But this devil energy isn't going to control you any longer. So pat yourself on the back here because you have gone through a lot, Aries. And this star card is a very, very powerful energy showing up about healing, guidance, positivity, and peace. Whatever dreams that you had in store for yourself, you've been given this new opportunity to bring them again down to earth and move in a direction that's going to help you manifest those dreams. And that's what you're focusing on at this time, is manifesting those dreams and moving forward, getting proactive, reaching out to the right people that can help you at this time, and reaching out to your spiritual team and collaborating with the universe to help you through this spiritual transition here. Because again, the Six of Swords can be about a spiritual transition, and it makes sense too, because like I said, with that Scorpio energy, it can be about spirituality and mysticism and you diving into the unknown, and but embracing it as well. All right, let's take a look here at your untapped spiritual gifts and your greatest strengths. This is one of my favorite parts of the reading here, untapped gifts and greatest strengths, because I get asked that a lot. What are my gifts? What are my strengths? Now, a lot of you do have a little bit of an idea of what your gifts are and what your strengths are, but some of you may not know how to fully embrace them. So the first one we're going to dive into is your untapped spiritual gifts. So this is something that you may have started to tap into, but you're not sure how to fully embrace. Four of Cups. This is about how you can see the positivity, or see that there's something beautiful waiting on the other side. Now this can be the card of, is the grass greener on the other side? Well, I say the grass is greenest where you water it, Aries. And she's focused on, watering that grass where the 3 cups are spilt and they're not serving her. She looks bored. She looks a little bit depressed, maybe even ungrateful, or even like she's waiting and wanting a change. But if she could just focus on what she has right behind her, she has a full cup here ready to be illuminated and ready for this soul quenching renewal, ready for this overflowing of love and emotions and positivity and abundance. And you can see the colorful vibrations over here, but sometimes she focuses too long on the loss, or focuses too much on an energy that's just not serving her any longer, which we talked about earlier in your reading here. So your untapped spiritual gift is for you to water the side of the grass that you want to grow. And if there is no growth on this side, Aries, then what the heck are you still doing on that side? And I know it's easier said than done. I've been there as well. And everybody will have that human experience of going through a time in our lives where we're feeling a little bit lack of. We may feel like we've missed out on opportunities for abundance. We may feel frustrated. We may feel bored. We may feel like we are maybe a little bit depressed, self-absorbed, or we need to reach out. And that's what this is all about for you. Your untapped spiritual gift is to see here the abundance, the positivity, if you go in a new direction. And you are here. You're heading towards calmer waters. So if you were in this energy, Aries, of feeling, again, all those lower energies, the lower vibes of being on this side, feeling depleted, feeling lack of, feeling maybe even depressed or ungrateful, you're going to see here now that what you're moving towards is going to bring you a lot more abundance than what you were in. So this is your untapped gift, and you're going to start seeing that when you focus your energy on the things that bring more abundance, bring more gratitude, bring more happiness, when you start seeing the glass is half full versus half empty and focusing on the gains instead of the losses, you're going to see a radical shift in your life. And they keep bringing that word up. So there's some sort of, could be a radical acceptance, a radical shift, or a radical breakthrough that's happening in your life where you're going to finally start to choose this side, and you're going to know how to do that as well. It's almost as if it's a routine. because it can take time to build up a new routine, and we can get in the habit of staying in this energy here. But I feel like you are unbreaking that habit, or you're taking a look at other opportunities, other options that you have. And that's what I feel you are doing with your gift, is seeing the beauty on this side instead of staying stuck in a situation that's not bringing you growth. Now, your greatest strength, and I really love this energy as well, because the greatest strength we can use to bring out our untapped gifts. The greatest strength that you have here is to work with others, is to collaborate with other like-minded individuals. It can also be, some of you do wear many different hats, and you can play many different roles. You can be the caretaker, you can be the giver, you can be, the mom or the dad, but also the entrepreneur or the business owner or the career provider. So whatever is going on here, you can multitask quite well, Aries. For others of you, this is about bringing people in that can help you, whether it is a professional. Now, it could be, a soul coach. It could be a therapist. It could be a mentor, a guide. This could be you reaching out to other people, maybe even on social media. This could be about groups. They just gave me recovery for some of you, if you are in some sort of recovery, or maybe a grief support group, or an AA or an NA, something of that nature. Also, it could be spiritual related, if some of you go to church, or if you partake in spiritual practices. There's just a coming together of like-mindedness here. And this is your greatest strength, is actually when you reach out and you accept the help that can be offered to you. There's a lot of growth and a lot of potential here. Now, for others of you, you may be a loner. You may at times feel like that lone wolf, or you're walking a path here of less traveled, where you feel like not a lot of people have taken this path. But really know that you're not alone, and know that you are loved, because you have that showing up here with this Libran energy. And a lot of people want the best for you, even if you can't physically see them. I feel like there's people coming here, whether earth angels or whether it's your soul tribe. Some of you, I do feel soulmate energy coming in November. Now, soulmate doesn't have to be a love connection. It could be a therapy animal, or even, any kind of pet. It could be a best friend, or someone coming in to help you navigate through this lifetime. It could be, for certain, some of you could be looking for love. This could be romantic, but I'm not really feeling that. I mean, you do have the Lovers card, so I just feel like there's somebody that may come down to earth, or may already be here, that's going to help you open up your heart and help you heal and help you through this transitional time. So beautiful gifts, beautiful strengths here. Let's dive in and get some messages from your spiritual team, your angels, your loved ones, your pets that have crossed over, your guides. Let's see what Spirit has for you. Ooh, we have a mother's love. We have a mother's love. We have inspire passion. And we also have serenity. We're going to pull from the Work Your Light Oracle as well. This is one of my favorite new decks. And for those of you that may be interested in any of the decks used during your reading, you can find all of that information in the description box below. All right. Okay, so right off the bat, we have a mother's love. Now, whether your mother has crossed over or she's still here in the physical, it says a mother's love is reaching out to you at this time, Aries, and holding you close. She knows how much you miss her and wants to remind you that this special bond of love can never be broken. Now, for some of you that may not feel that mothering type of energy, this is that love from Mother Earth, Mother God. It could be a grandmother. It could be an energy here of embracing that love and knowing here, for one, that you are loved, but knowing that you're taken care of here. There's support showing up quite strong. And some of you, you may be the mother as well. Okay, thank you, Spirit. They're bringing me back to that Jane name. Now, it could be Jane as well. It may be a completely different name than the one I was hearing earlier, but some of you may have a mother that has a J in their name, first name or last name here, or even middle initial. But I do feel a mother's love coming in quite strong, whether you are the mother or whether this is your own mother, grandmother, like a mother, or it's just embracing that Mother Earth, that Empress type of energy here. Also loving yourself. We have serenity. The most important relationship that you can have, Aries, is with yourself. This is a time to honor, nurture, and love yourself more by seeking out and removing any negative feelings and emotions. Hello, Devil and Seven of Swords. By removing any of those emotions that are left over from the past. Don't let those past issues and resentments interfere with your peace and serenity today. So very, very powerful. It does clarify what you have going on in the past here. And you may feel, even at the beginning of November, like you're still feeling a little bit of the remnants, the little bit of the effects of the Devil and the Seven of Swords. But I do feel by mid-month, you are going to fully embrace the Six of Swords. Next, we have inspire passion. Life devoid of passion can be a boring, uninspired, blank canvas that slowly drains the soul. Now is the time to reignite your passions and rejoin life. This is an opportunity to set new goals, which will in turn reconnect you with all that is sacred. Hello, Lovers card. This is all about you igniting passion towards either someone or something or a new career path, or most importantly, within yourself. So like I said earlier, it's time to bring those goals down to reality and take the action steps that you can gain that laser focus. Also, Taurus is that bull energy. So I'm not sure if I mentioned this in the beginning of your reading, but they keep showing me the red flag. When you think of, a bull getting ready, when you pulled up the red flag, that is their intention, right? So I feel like what you're doing this month is you are waving that red flag, Aries. You're holding it up. So whatever goals that you set here, I feel like you're going in hard, just like that bull goes towards that red flag and nothing else. So have that laser focus this month. Whatever decisions you make, you're following through and you are bringing them again to reality. What else do we have for you? We have Lemuria, creating heaven on earth. It's happening. Yes, it is. I love how these are actually, your spirit messages are collaborating with what we've just talked about here in the tarot, because this is heaven on earth. The star card is about bringing that star energy down to earth and grounding. And that's what you're doing here is it's happening. You are creating that wish fulfillment, that spiritual insight, that healing, and whatever wishes that you've been wanting here, whether this is in your career, in your life in general, you're starting to manifest that here on earth. And I just love this because overall energy, this is about bringing that heaven energy down to earth, and that makes complete sense. You also have boundaries. It says, where do you need to establish better boundaries? I feel like you're currently doing it here, but there may be, because again, eclipses can be about revealing and concealing secrets, scandals, shadow self. There may be some people that are in your circle or in your family or in your group that don't always have the best intentions, and you may be seeing that as well. So it may be very powerful to set healthy boundaries, or maybe it's not that they don't have your best intentions, but they may tend to step over the line at times, whether it's asking you for money or asking you for your help or your opinion or for you to take care of their children or whatever this is here. There may be a time where you're reclaiming and taking back your power and you're saying, I'm sorry, I can't watch your children today. I am going to a spa, or, I'm sorry, I cannot meet up today. I'm working on my goals or my business ideas. So you're putting yourself first, and within that, setting healthy boundaries. And that's not selfish to do, Aries. You must know that that's not an act of selfishness. It's an act of self-love. And a lot of people get the two confused because they have it ingrained from a very young age that we must cater to other people before our own selves. And that is the furthest thing from the truth. Like this says here, the most important relationship that you can have is the one that you have with yourself. All right, Aries, lastly, we have transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing, absolutely. That's that star card as well. And they're actually highlighting the Four of Cups. So you're changing on that cellular level. If you felt like things were bored in your life, or you felt a little bit down, depressed, blue, maybe even a little bit ungrateful that everything around you was happening for other people but not you, you're going to see a shift here on a cellular level where not only are you going to feel empowered but quite independent as well. You can see that beautiful Sphinx here, and I'm actually seeing a Sphinx cat. So some of you may have a bald cat, or you may even have a very exotic looking cat as well, I'm hearing. Or you may see maybe a Maine Coon or an ocelot or a Savannah cat. You may see this on maybe a billboard or a commercial, something of that nature. It's spirit reminding you that things are changing on a cellular level for you, and there's deep healing taking place. So very powerful messages, Aries, a very deep reading, which I had a feeling it would be with this intense energy showing up here. But let's take a look and see how you've grown. How have you grown during this cycle? And lastly, then what action steps you can take to continue moving on your soul's journey? What do we have here for Aries? How have you grown? Three of Cups. Yeah, I feel like you've either attracted your soul tribe or you're coming together. There's a coming together, a celebratory type of energy here where I feel that your friends or your siblings or maybe other people are proud of how far you've come. And again, they keep bringing me back to that very first eclipse on the 19th of November, 2020. I want you to take a look at that time, even if you have to do that after this reading, and just sit in silence, sit in meditation and say, okay, what was going on in my life at that time? How can I see the growth and the accomplishments that I've done and that's taken shape over the span of that time here? And the Three of Cups here is all about you coming back into the energy of not feeling left out, not feeling like the third wheel here. This can be about, for some of you, thank you, Spirit. For some of you, you may have been in a relationship, or you may have partook yourself in this activity or these activities, which I'm about to explain, or this could have been a family dynamic that you grew up in. They're giving me that someone may have been an excessive partier, excessive drinker, just may have went to the extremes, whatever that means for you. And what I feel like this Three of Cups is all about is about you not partaking in that excessive energy and not feeling like you have to partake in certain dynamics or certain situations to feel a part of the crowd. And this Three of Cups is about celebrating how far you've come. So I do feel like you've grown a lot. Now, what action steps can you take to keep on growing? Knight of Cups. Let your heart lead the way as well. Even though, Aries, you can be a very fiery energy and you can be a little bit impulsive, the Knight of Cups says do things that bring your heart happiness. And like I always say, things that make your heart smile. What makes your heart happy? What brings solace and serenity and peace to your heart, but also emotional fulfillment? Chase the things that are emotionally fulfilling, not just instant gratification, not just quick fixes, not just at times falling in love with the first thing or the first person, but it's a deeper type of energy I'm feeling with this Knight of Cups. So in order for you to continue, fall in love with the idea of you loving yourself first and foremost. And when that takes shape, you start to notice that the people that you bring into your energy and the experiences and the situations and the career, all of that starts to kind of come towards you as well, because first and foremost, you're emitting this energy of heart instead of ego. And that's what I feel for you. Keep that heart open. Some of you also, there could be love with the Gemini energy. There certainly could be love coming your way. Or some of you may be in deep healing from a situation that was close to your heart. But don't close down your heart is the message here. Very powerful energy, Aries. I certainly hope this resonates with you. If so, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. It does help get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. Feel free to share, like, comment, and hit that subscribe and bell button if you haven't already. And thank you so much for tuning in. I'm sending all of you beautiful souls tons of love and light. Till next time.